Hey guys, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome to my new podcast, Preachers Exes Podcast, where I have a beautiful, beautiful young lady that I know on the podcast today. So I'm going to allow her to introduce herself and then we'll dive into her story and just share with the world what she has going on, what she experienced, and how things are going at this moment. So, if you would state your name, tell people about yourself, and then we'll just dive in.
Hey, I am Lashandra Scott, also known as Sunshine Speaks. I am an author, parent educator, grandmother, mom, all the things, and I am excited to be here.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you for being here. We had the privilege to talk a while back, but we also had the privilege to talk today. And when we were communicating, I said, okay, we're not waiting for tomorrow. We're going to do this podcast today. So thank you first for honoring me with your presence and being willing to share your story. So
Absolutely.
we have a mutual person that we know
We do.
who's the preacher. I don't know if you want to share his name. I wasn't going to share it, but it's your spouse that you're separated from. So I'll let you share that information if you want it to be told. Um, so tell us the story. Like, I know you're separated. I know you've been married what, 2 years?
No, we were at the 11th month when he asked me to leave. So we hadn't
Okay.
met a year yet. It was 11 months and a couple of weeks before we would have actually reached our 1 year anniversary.
Okay. Wow. Sorry to hear that. Um,
Okay.
from my perspective, right? From what I know, he always spoke so highly of you. Like he, he just spoke highly of you, like you were it, you know.
What happened? Too
What?
much? Well, he said that, so I guess I was, but in a good way. And sometimes that happens. We have to know what our capacity is to hold an individual's heart. And we have to
Right.
be honest with ourselves about our capacity. And when we can't, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that you're not it. And friends, you should say.
Now, as a woman and as being a wife, do you feel like you were too much? And if so, how?
Well, yes, I am a lot. I
Okay,
am.
in what
And
way?
that way is I'm consistent. I'm loyal. I am a woman of my word. I'm a go getter. And so if these are the expectations, I will rise to that each and every time. If I can't, I'll let you know, hey, I'm not gonna be able to carry that out. Let's regroup. I'll give you another date and we will move forward. Too much meaning, yeah, I like consistency. Yes, I like affection. Yes, I like for you to honor your word. Yes, I'm gonna do my thing, being present, showing up for whomever, whenever I need to. So, in the culmination of all those things, I believe was a part of the reasons why I we are separated.
Now, to me, those are good things, right? Consistency, loyal, you show up. So, how could that be too much for your husband?
I think that we can all desire what I embody, right?
Yes.
But if we have some deficits within ourselves, um, even though we desire this good hearted and just genuine, authentic person that the world loves, when we get it, we realize, like, wait a minute, she's not changing. This is really who she is. She's been
Okay.
constant, she's been consistent. I can't keep up with that because maybe I wasn't being true to who I was with her. or maybe I'm
Okay.
not showing up in my authentic self. So when you meet authenticity and you've been putting on a mask, when the two come together as one is going to bow out because you
Right.
can't be fake but for so long. And
So do you, I'm sorry, keep going.
I believe that was a part of the problem.
So do you think that he showed up with a mask?
Yes.
Could you explain?
I think the mask is this facade of perfection, this persona of I'm Mr. Do It to everybody on the outside, but on the inside, the people that are closest to you, they go lacking because you've depleted yourself or you only want to give them the crumbs when you've given everybody else everything else that you had to give. And as a result of that, when you ask questions, hey, can we have cuddle time? Can we schedule cuddle time? Imagine that. I'm a beautiful woman and I'm having to ask my husband to schedule cuddle time with me so that we can act like married people. I think that's the
Okay. So do you think, and I know what he was working on, do you think that he was investing all of that time and all of that energy in getting his business off of the ground to take care of and provide for you?
problem. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. And the times that he was working on that, I was patient with that. There was no expectation in those moments because I too
Right.
wanted you to be successful in that.
Okay.
So there was no pressure during that time. But when you have time to watch movies 3, 4 hours at a time, or go to your friend's house and hang out with your friend who's a male, and you have a
Okay.
beautiful wife at home, yeah, it sends a different message to your wife. And so intentionality is what you gave me before dating.
Okay.
After marriage, nothing was intentional. I asked, okay, what's the plan? What's the goal? We're here now. It's 6 months in, a new year. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna navigate being married? What are your plans for us? I don't have any. But when we were dating, you always had a plan. That was the part that I was most attracted to, because always had a plan. I always knew he was going to come up with something,
Okay.
and it was going to be executed. But once we got married, it was figure it out.
Okay. Okay. So can we go back to the mask?
Hmm.
Okay. So we communicated earlier, and you were stating that he was a narcissist.
Yes,
You felt.
yes.
So why would you feel that way?
Well, it kind of started gradually when I would have a conversation or share my day with him, how things went at work, and it quickly turned, oh yeah, this happened to me too. And the conversation always turned back to him,
Okay.
to the point where I had to say, can I have a moment?
Okay.
Can we celebrate me for a second? We're not talking about you. It seems like every time I'm trying to share something about me, you overshadow my conversation with what you desire or what happened to you. Um, Narcissistic behavior. Now, before I understood the word narcissism, um, I didn't recognize that. That's always been a characteristic of his, even when we dated
Okay.
previously. But when we got married, it was like, wait a minute, this is a real thing. I
Okay.
don't like it. So can you please
Okay.
work on? I don't understand what you're talking about. And then never taking accountability for anything. Did you do X, Y, or Z? No, I didn't do that. Somebody else did that, but it's only three of us in the house. So
Okay.
there is never accountability for anything. There was always an excuse as to why something didn't happen,
Okay.
or make believe as to why something wasn't the way it should have been. But just to come out and say, hey, you know what? I dropped the ball on that. I'll do better next time. No.
Do you feel that it was some type of spiritual abuse? Because I know you all went to marriage counseling and things like that, right? So in front of the marriage counselor, of course, like you agree, you disagree, you kind of come together and meet each other in the middle, right? So did the counseling help?
I don't think so. And because we went into counseling not being fully transparent, there were
Okay.
things that he didn't want to talk about in counseling,
Like
like wasn't going to talk about intimacy. We wasn't
like
going to talk
sex?
we wasn't going to talk about finances. We were just going to keep it at surface level, right? And so I said to him, I said, we really have to be honest with, we're not putting him in our business.
Right,
And I was like, but this is what we're supposed to do in order to get the best out of marriage. Now,
right.
were the questions that we were asked and the exercises that we were given, were they tailored to us as older people getting married who's experienced marriages before? It wasn't. And
Okay.
so my hang up was tailor this to the older crowd where they come in, they talk about what they've experienced in previous marriages, why they were divorced, how did they get here, and what are we going to do differently in this marriage. And that's not what happened either. And so the interesting part about the counseling was we went probably 3 sessions. And then the minister that was doing the counseling, they were moving into a new home. They moved into their home. And so he said, hey, Bishop said, you guys can go ahead and get married because he knows that you all know what to do. And we'll pick up counseling after all of this is finished on his end, on the counselor minister's end with moving and stuff.
That's weird in itself, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like to me, when you start
Yeah,
as a counselor, therapist, whatever, when you start, you finish, and you make sure that these two individuals have gotten everything that they need, and also for the counselor to allow you all to not speak about intimacy and finances. It would have been a red flag for me because that's why you go to talk about everything so that there is an openness and an awareness of exactly what you're getting into. So I'm gonna flip it back to you. Why didn't you push for those things?
I didn't push for those conversations. Well, initially I didn't push for those conversations. I wanted to honor my husband in a way where his dignity wasn't
Okay.
lost or misspoken of in the moment, right? And so after we would leave the sessions, I would be like, honey, we really have to like dig deep because we can't placate the real life issues.
Right.
And he would say, okay, all right, so we'll talk about it next time, right?
Okay.
And so we had 3 sessions. The first session was just us getting to know the minister, telling us what the expectations were. The second session was us going over this questionnaire that he gave us and talking about scriptures and stuff. So we really didn't get into the meat and potatoes of the marriage, the
Okay.
expectations. The questions came up. Do you guys on the checklist that we did? Do you guys? What are your thoughts about finances? What are your thoughts about intimacy? What are your thoughts about grown children versus non-grown children?
Right.
And so we were introduced to the questions, but we didn't get a chance to expound on the questions. And
Okay.
so when we would get back home, he would be like, Sean, I don't want them in our business. Like, we don't need that. We grown. We know what we doing. We got this. We've been married before. We got this.
Right.
And a part of me was like, yes, you're right. But no, it ain't no but. So he would always kind of cut me off, right? But then when he proposed, or when he said we were getting married, I was at work and he called and he said, "Hey, Bishop said he can marry us Wednesday," and this probably was a Monday. And I was like,
Okay.
"Wait, what?" I thought he said we were
Okay.
gonna have some time, to get ready,
Right, right.
planning the ceremony.
Okay, okay, okay.
And so I was like, "This Wednesday?" He was like, "Yeah." He said, "Well, what? You changed your mind? You're not ready now? Oh, you don't want to marry me now?" And of course, I did.
Okay.
But
Wait a minute.
this
Y'all should have let me counsel you.
girl, we should have.
You probably wouldn't be mad.
We should have. We should have. I even asked that. I was like, "Well, can we need some intimate conversations because there is always a dismissiveness about the hard topic, right?" And so, against my better judgment, I said I do, but I knew I should have.
The red flags were there. You acknowledged them, but
Yeah,
you went
yeah,
along with it. Do you
yeah,
feel that you suffered in the marriage because you went against what you really felt and really knew?
absolutely.
So earlier you said that, and normally I try to just have a conversation like it's two girlfriends because I feel like this is too interviewee like. So
Hmm.
could we switch it where we're just having a conversation? I love that cup. So
Thank you.
girl, right? Earlier you were telling me like that you were getting sick. Like every month you were sick. You were like, what's going on? And then you had a sense that it was something, right? So I don't want to tell people what the something is. So you tell the people what the something is.
Yeah, I am not a sickly person. Never have been. But when I moved into my husband's house, I just thought that it was okay, new environment. You got to get adjusted. Different air conditioning systems, different vents, whatever. It's okay. But then it kept happening. Like I would get well, and then a month or two later, I'm back sick again. And I'm saying in the bed sick, where I couldn't get up and fix my food, or
Right.
just like weak sick. And so I did some research and I thought it was the cat.
Mm-hmm.
Then I thought it was the wallflowers from Bath and Body Works. And I was like, okay, this, we removed all those things, put the cats outside, and I was still getting sick. And I was like, okay, this is crazy. Like, what is
Mm-hmm.
this? And my son's even asking Mama, what are you doing? What's happening at your house? Because you've never been this sick before. I miss Thanksgiving. I miss a lot of different holidays because
Wow.
I was sick. And I lost my front tooth, like sick.
Wow.
And once I finally just stopped and really got serious about, okay, talking to God about my marriage and asking Him, Lord, please reveal to me secrets that He's having that I am unaware of. Please reveal
Right,
to me
right.
what is this, right? And he would often call me crazy. I would see things. Oh, you didn't see that. I didn't do that. Why are you always starting stuff?
Gaslighting, gaslighting.
Uh,
What are
I'm on the
some of the
phone.
things you would see?
We're in the kitchen. Well, he's in the kitchen. I walk from the hallway through the kitchen. He flips out of his screen off one screen into another screen.
Oh,
And I would say, why do you do that when I come into a room? You always do that, honey. You don't have to do that. I'm not looking at your
right.
phone. It's more obvious that you're hiding something when you do that versus just staying wherever you are. Or
Right.
if he's in the kitchen on the laptop, on the computer, he would click out the screen when he hear me coming. Like, go in the closet and have conversations on the phone. And then I say, well, who are you talking to? You don't have the right to ask me who I'm talking to. This is my phone. I pay my bill. But yet you can ask me, and me
Right.
being whatever, just like it's no big deal. Oh, that was my sister. Oh, that was my coworker. Oh, we were just having
Right.
girl
Right.
talk. I'm sharing who I'm
Right.
talking to. So I thought we were having this relationship where we can share these things. But whenever I said something about his phone, I always got met with resistance or defensiveness. And
Okay.
to me, when you're becoming defensive about something, you're hiding something. And it was just a constant.
Okay. Did
And
you think he
so
was cheating?
I never thought he was cheating.
Okay,
I never
good.
thought he was
So,
cheating.
what do you think he was hiding, if
He was,
anything?
he was hiding some things. He was. He was hiding some things, financial things.
Okay.
Yeah, he was hiding some things. He was not forthcoming with a lot of things that I think as a wife, these are some things that you need to know about me before I move you in.
Okay.
I don't think it's okay when you find out information in the street because I'm
Like,
not out here making you look crazy. I am just asking you to be honest and transparent.
right.
Like borrowing money from people and they're putting letters in our mailbox to say, hey, you owe me some money. I need my money back.
Oh, okay.
I get the letter. I never go home after work. I always went shopping or window
Okay.
shopping to visit the grandkids. But this particular day, the Holy Spirit said, go home. And I
Okay.
was like, okay. I got in my car from work, did not go home. I went to the Dollar Tree, got out the Dollar Tree, walking into the store. The Holy Spirit said, I said, go home. Got
Okay.
home and, okay, God, I'm here. What do you want? What do you want me to do? So I go walking every day. I went in and changed my walking clothes and put the clothes on, went outside to go walk, got halfway down the street. He said, check the mailbox.
Okay.
I never checked the mailbox. Never. And there was this letter in the mailbox. I knew it was a
Okay.
female's handwriting. And so I took a picture of it and I said, well, why do you want me to take a picture? He said, because if you don't take a picture, he's going to say you didn't see it.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. So I took a picture. When he came home and he opened the letter, I was still sitting in the well, I was sitting in the garage because he said, "Don't go walk because if you go walking, he's gonna say there was no letter."
Okay.
And so I sat there and waited on him to come. He finally came, opened the letter or whatever, and told me it was none of my effing business.
Got you.
And we're married. What do you mean? This is my business. You are my business.
Right.
And so it always just resulted into me being disrespectful when I question things. Um, that was the hurtful part, you know. And so way before there was a telling of me to leave, there was already a separation because you can't consistently want to be with someone who doesn't value your voice.
Right. I have a question. So, regarding the letter, does he
Mhm.
know that you read the letter, you saw the letter? Like, I know he said none of your effing business, but was you like, well, I already saw it. Like, let me tell you.
Yeah, I told him I saw the letter because I got the letter out the box and had it on the kitchen table. So he knew I saw the letter, but I didn't read
Okay.
the contents of the letter because it was in an envelope.
Oh, so you don't know what was in the letter.
Oh no, but yeah, when he yelled out the
To read
name,
the letter.
when he yelled out, well, I believe in that's your you had your name on it.
Girl,
It's your
I want to know what the letter say.
well, long story short, he ended up yelling out the woman's name who the letter was from, which was a neighbor across the street. And so I said, oh, okay, well, I'm going to ask her.
Did
And so
you?
I went to ask. Yes, ma'am.
And what
Yes.
happened?
Did
What?
you put a letter in our box? And she said, yes. I said, oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure it was you. She said, I'm not
Okay.
trying to get in your marriage, Sean. She said, I'm just, I need him to take care of what he promised me because I need to do some
Oh,
renovations around my house. And if he would do that, I could do these things. So I could
oh,
infer that it was about money.
okay.
So I was like, okay, not a problem. I said, fine. I just want to let him know I'm not, no punk or whatever.
Right,
I'm going to
right,
follow through with what I said.
right.
So I went back home and, of course, he was in his feelings. And that night, that night he asked me for a divorce.
I guess because you went against what he said.
But I'm your wife. You went against what I said too. Where's the mutual respect? It doesn't
Right.
work one way. It has to be reciprocal. And when it's not, you're more acting like a superior than my partner.
Like a boss.
Yeah, we're
Like a
not that
boss.
kind of relationship. Yeah, and that was the tip of the iceberg, I believe. And in
Back
a
to the
good way,
sickness.
I was hoping that it was a woman. I was hoping that he was cheating.
Okay. Why? So you could get out.
No, because to me, in my mind, that's better to digest than to you have these secrets that are about money. Because that's so money is like, dude, it's okay. I mean, that's
So
the
every
least thing you could not be truthful about.
right. So everything was more about his finances.
Yeah, or the like the
Okay. And he didn't want you in his finances or in his business because it wasn't none of your business.
yeah,
So he thought.
imagine, yeah,
But
imagine that.
I have a question, right? So let's go back to the sickness, right? You were sick every month. You prayed, God showed you. Like, what did you really do with that information? Like, did you feel like it
I
was,
shared it with him.
you did?
I shared what, and that was another thing that always kept me in trouble because he would get upset because I would say the Holy Spirit said,
Okay.
I am sick because you are trying to make me sick. You're trying to make me crazy. That's why you keep calling me crazy because you want me to be crazy so that I don't
Do,
call you out on your
do you
foolishness.
do you think he drove his first wife crazy?
That was an argument as well. Because I did say that. I did. I did say that. I
Because
said, for someone with an already fragile mind to deal with you and your personality, I can see how they're not here anymore.
mm,
And I didn't say it like that. Um,
okay,
I said it was hurtful. Um, but it was my truth because of what I was experiencing with him
right.
and the back and forth and the dishonesty and just like the psyche mind games. It was like, wait a minute, I'm in a twilight zone. This is not okay. I am of sober mind.
Right.
So I can understand how somebody that has some mental challenges would be so warped inside dealing with this. This it was a lot. It was a lot.
So he was making you crazy. Like if you would have stayed in it, right?
Mhm.
You might have become mentally unhealthy.
I think so. I
Okay.
think so. I
Okay.
think because of I think because of who I am, because I'm a strong woman, right?
Hmm.
And I speak my truth. And sometimes it's not what you want to hear. And sometimes
Right.
it doesn't come out in the nice pleasantries. Because when you're giving it, you're gonna get it as good as you gave. And sometimes that what I received wasn't always good.
Right.
And
So
sometimes
you match energy pretty much. You match energy.
and not with like attitude or body language, but no, this is what it is. You're not gonna
Okay.
talk to me like that. I didn't have an attitude. He said whenever I walked in the house energy shifted. I said, yeah, because the presence of the Lord is here. I mean, when I come in, I'm disrupting the stuff that y'all got going on, the secret
Right.
conversations. You know, there were lots of times I walk in, there were conversations being had, and when I come in, they stop talking like I was like, okay, well, I can join in, But
Right.
no,
And when
that
you
was
saying they, you're talking about his daughter and
right.
okay.
Yes, daughter. Yeah. Um,
What
it
was
was
up
just
with that?
with the daughter.
Yeah, like your relationship, because I know you played a valuable part in her life in the beginning. I
I would
don't know
have
where
liked to.
things shifted or
I would have liked to think that I played a valuable part. I love his girls. I have loved his girls since they were. She was
right.
like 3 months old when I met her, or maybe 6 months old when I first met her. The youngest,
Wow.
and the oldest one was 8 or 9 when I met her. So I love his
Okay,
girls,
okay,
and
yeah,
I never wanted to replace their mom, but I wanted to be the best bonus mom that I could be for them. And
okay,
I wanted to give them just like I would give my children. And I tried to take it slow, but still present. And I thought all was well. Honestly, I thought all was well. I
okay,
helped the youngest daughter get a job, her first job, her doctor's appointment, did her hair. We
yeah,
spent time together. And
right,
so to hear that I'm a trigger or I wasn't ready for all of this, and
okay,
it was hurtful. And so as me not being the house not being told this is the woman of the house and you have to respect her and you have to do what she asks, then there was
right,
a boundary that was not laid, a foundation that was not laid. It almost seemed as if we were equal.
okay.
And
Like y'all friends or homegirls or something,
can't be.
which is
I'm the
okay,
adult. Yeah. And so it was just a lot of little things. I always say little things, they always add up to be big things, even though they seem minute in the beginning. If we
right,
don't address the little things, then we have this big old mountain that started out as a little ant bed.
right,
So let's kill the ant bed first. But I was always seen as you're always starting something. You're never satisfied. You're just not you're just not unhappy. And no, it's none of these things. It's that we have to build a continuity together so that we can have a solid foundation. And if that solid
right,
foundation is not stable, it's going to crumble.
right, right,
And
right.
so it has crumbled.
So it was the battle of the daughter. It was the battle of you two, the financial, I don't want to say issues, but the finances being to the forefront and things like that. Was there emotional abuse, spiritual abuse, physical abuse, anything like that? Or,
And I don't want to say it was financial because if you are dirt poor, I make my own money.
right.
I wasn't asking for anything other than genuine love, affection, commitment,
Mm.
and intimacy.
Now, okay, were you all intimate? Because
No, we were married 11 months. Out of those 11 months, we probably was intimate maybe 5 times.
in 11 months,
Mhm. You get in the bed and you turn your back to me to the point of I stopped sleeping in the bedroom because it was hurtful to get in the bed with my
okay,
fine husband. Like,
right,
I'm looking. And you come in bed and you turn your back, no hug, no kiss, no nothing. Night after night, it messes with your psyche as a woman to say, hey, okay, this must be something I'm not doing. So then you say,
okay,
can buy you some different little nighties or whatever? Okay,
right,
cool. Can
right.
you buy you some sexy lounge wear? Okay, cool. I go out, I buy the things, I put the things on.
So he
I did,
asked you, could you buy those things? Okay, and
yeah,
you did. Were
and I
you
did.
were you wearing granny like a moo
No, wasn't in the
before?
granny moo.
Come on.
No,
But look, our grandparents, honey, they was getting it in with the moo.
no, I was like Eve.
Okay, gotcha. That's even better.
You would think. You would think. So
He
yeah, I
wanted you
mean,
covered up.
honey,
I don't mean to
I don't
laugh. Okay.
I don't know what all that was
Put some
about.
shit on. It's like, no.
I have my suspicions, but I don't know what all that was about. But I do know that
Do you feel like
if
he was gay?
you I do.
And the reason I asked that, because you said, well, two things. You just said I had my suspicions, but then you said he would go and hang with his friend a lot and leave you at home earlier.
Now I hang out with my girlfriends. Don't get me wrong. But if we had plans or if we've not been intentional about spending time with my husband and I, then I want to be with my husband. And I would
Right.
rather be with my husband. But you've already made plans most times. Or because it was a new movie that came out, you wanted to go see the new movie with your friend. Oh, you don't like those kinds of movies, so I'm not going to ask you to go. I said, but I'm willing to go, and just because I can be with you, I'm okay.
Right.
So there were just a lot of things that just shifted, and it was hurtful.
So I'm sorry, I gotta come back to this whole gay thing. I'm sorry. I guess because I look at it, you got a beautiful woman in the bed with you. You turn your back. You hanging out with your homeboy. Did you ever ask him?
No, I didn't ask him like that. I didn't ask him like that.
Now,
Um,
when you say like that,
I didn't come out and ask, "Are you gay?" No, I didn't do that. I just um started paying attention.
so what did you see?
And even when I was sexy, walking around the house, when you shrink your body so that you don't have to touch me walking down the hallway, that's an indicator of something. So
Do you, go ahead.
that was emotional abuse to me.
Do you think he didn't like you?
I
Like
think
he
he stopped
resented
liking.
you?
Yeah, yeah.
But before y'all were married, y'all were like,
Two peas in a pod, king and
so
charm. I just believe that, like I said, when you think you want something and then you finally get it, and you realize that the thing that you asked for is the thing that you asked for, all of it, good, bad, ugly, all of it.
did you show him all of it before y'all got married? Good, bad,
No,
ugly, and
I don't know
different?
any other
Like,
way to be. Yeah, I'm always my authentic self.
okay,
I don't know. I'm not fake. I've never been fake. And people love me. They genuinely love me because of who I am. I don't put on
right, the
airs.
realness,
If I don't like you, I don't like you. I'll be cordial, but I'm not going to be all
right.
up in your face. And so yes, he knew. As I said, we've been friends for over 26 years.
That's a
There's
long
nothing that
time.
he did not know about me. There's nothing. But I, on the other hand, I didn't know a lot about him.
So you said that you heard some things at church.
Hmm.
What were those things
That
that you
I was the
found out?
problem. That I was the problem. That I was aggressive. That I was too much. Now that part was true because he said that to my
Okay.
face. You're just too much. But I was never aggressive. I just
Well, okay. So you definitely have alpha female energy.
hmm
I have alpha female energy. Um,
hmm
I'm very much an alpha female, and I know that. And I think a lot of Black women are, and not making excuses for us. I think we had to be the alpha, the head, right? So you do give off that type of energy sometimes, like the times that me and you have communicated, and sometimes men, certain men, can't handle that energy. So,
but I was his
but you
friend
knew
for
that.
26 years.
But you knew
And you've
that.
known that. Yes,
Yeah.
we it's not new to you. This was nothing new to you. You knew you helped me to become this woman. Sean, you have to speak up for yourself. When I first met Carlton, we were not I was not this verbal.
Okay.
The first
Okay.
8.5 years that he and I talked, because we were friends, we were coaching each other on how to navigate singlehood, how to
Okay.
raise children. No, you can't be like this. You need to be like this. You got to say it this way, so you can get the
Oh,
attention.
wow.
So
So
you help to cultivate this woman.
something he didn't like. And that's your best friend or was your
Yeah, he
very
was.
best friend.
He was.
So how does that make you feel?
It makes me sad because I am the kind of friend that I would never betray you. I would never cause harm to you. I would
Right.
take the shirt off my back and give it to you. If I got $5, we got 250 each.
That's
Kind of girl.
beautiful.
And to be dismissed and ignored and disrespected, the biggest thing for me was a lack of respect. And
Okay.
you know, I am very verbal. I do know how to come down and, honey, I'm not really, that's, if I said it like that, that's not my intentions. However,
Right.
I really do need for you to understand this about me. So there
Right.
were times when I would become soft, but then the softness became a weakness. And I don't want to hear your tears. I'm not moved by your tears. I don't care about that voice. So it's like, what do you do with,
Are you serious?
you don't want to hear, I don't care about your feelings. I don't want to hear about your feelings. You got too many so and so feelings, is what I was told.
It sounds like it was emotional abuse.
Yeah, that's what I would call it. That's what I would call it. I was like, how do
Mm.
you tell your wife that? You are supposed to love, adore me. As you said, you waited for me. All these years, you waited to marry me, and now you have me and you're mistreating me. It don't go together. It doesn't work.
Right.
And so after I kind of had some big gulps to digest what I was really dealing with, um, I learned how to handle it. Okay. Don't expect
Was
anything.
right. Was he
Don't
still
ask for
preaching?
anything.
Was he preaching at all?
No.
Or okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Now I'm not even sure they hadn't preached in some years.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a very long time. Yeah.
It's a very interesting situation. We haven't talked, I think maybe 2 years. Um,
In 2 years.
I think so. We haven't talked in a very long time. Very long time. I think we stopped talking when I found out you all got married
Mm,
and I wasn't invited. That hurt me.
invited to what?
Well, when y'all got married,
It wasn't that kind of it wasn't that kind of wedding.
I was supposed to be there. I was so gung ho about y'all getting married. I like how you, I don't I don't know what kind of marriages it was. I know you just talked about it earlier about he told you Monday that Wednesday y'all were getting married. And so I didn't know what went down, how it went down. I didn't know anything. I just know he was like he wanted me to be his best woman for y'all wedding. And I was like, how are they even married? Like I
Well,
didn't
that's
know
news to me
anything.
because I didn't even know that.
He had said that. So I was lost in the sauce. I really was. My husband told me y'all got married. I didn't know.
Well, don't feel bad because he did the same thing to his youngest daughter. and she felt away and looked at me crazy. I had no idea when he proposed. I had no idea that's what was going to happen. I didn't know the story that he told his daughter in order for us to go to DC. I didn't know anything until
Okay.
she and I had a conversation and she told me what she had been told. And I told her, I was like, well, that's not what happened.
Oh,
That's not how that went down. And she was like, oh, okay.
I was
So
just happy when y'all got engaged. I was
I was,
I was very excited. I was happy y'all was getting married and everything. And then y'all were married and I'm like, and I was
yeah,
feeling some kind of way. I was also feeling some kind of way when you were like, yeah, he said he don't want a woman counseling him. I was like, what he told me?
that's the kind of stuff that would happen, and it's funny to you, right?
Right,
But
right,
it's like, but you said, and I'm like, but I know you said this. And so
right.
it was always a double standard, or no, you didn't hear me right, or I was always
Okay,
misunderstanding.
okay.
Again, is a form of narcissism
Right, right,
because there is no way I can keep misunderstanding the things that are coming out of your mouth.
right, right. Well, for me, I was hurt about that too, to be honest, because I'm like, but he said, you were like, girl. I was like, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that it ended the way that it did.
I am too. I think and we've always talked about, if this isn't working, we're gonna come together and we're gonna make an agreement and we're gonna be adults about it.
Right.
But we were not adults about it.
Well, you were saying that you stayed actually 6 months before. You weren't even married that long. So, wait, I'm doing the math. So, 5 months in a bedroom, 6 months in another bedroom, or however it worked out because you've been separated for a while. So, that's
Well,
weird.
when I first moved in, I didn't move into his bedroom because we were not married.
Okay.
I wanted to honor his daughter.
Okay.
I wanted to show her something different.
Right.
And so once we got married, I probably was in the bedroom for about maybe a month, if not less, because he
A
said I
month?
snored. He said I snored and he couldn't get sleep.
That's that's mean. How'd you deal with that as a woman? Your situation reminds me of a young lady that I saw online. He courted her. He got up in front of the church. They had this beautiful wedding, and then he started cheating right away, and it just 2 months they were done. 2 months they were done. In your situation, though he didn't cheat, that we know of, it's like that. Like you fought for this person, you told the world, your friends, your family, whatever, that you love this individual, but then you get them and it's over just like that.
Yeah. And that's what I would often ask him. Like every time we have an argument and I'm asking you questions, the only way to find resolve and to understand each other is just to have conversation. And sometimes the
Right,
conversations are uncomfortable, but they don't have to be disrespectful. But there was never uncomfortable conversations that did not lead to either disrespect or a total shutdown, and you don't talk to me for 2 or 3 weeks. And
how did you deal with that as a woman?
it was hard. I found myself writing in my journal.
Okay.
That's how I started writing 101 Ways to Lose Your Wife, because these things that I was experiencing, they're subtle, they're very minute in the beginning, and you overlook them because you think it's going to get better. And what
Right.
I found was they just keep compounding. The one thing leads to another thing, and the other thing leads to another thing. And by the time you're done, you got 150 things. And it's like, okay, wait a minute. So in December, I started praying, asking God for a way of escape because this was not working for me. I had no boys
Right.
in the house. I had, it felt like I was the maid basically because I would cook and clean, or he would cook, I would clean, I would cook, I clean. It was just taking me for granted on a lot of different occasions. And so
Okay.
when I said those things, it was always, you think everything is about you, don't you?
Mhm.
No, I don't. Well, everything's not about you. You're not the only
How'd
one that
you
lives in the house.
how'd you feel when he asked you to go in the other room after a month?
He didn't really ask me to go. He just kept
Okay.
complaining about, oh, I can't get any sleep. Oh, you keep me up all night. Oh, I'm so tired. It's like, we both need our rest. Um, we're gonna have to make some adjustments. Okay, I bought a new mattress, thinking that would help.
Okay.
That didn't work. It worked for a little while, but then the complaining started right back again. And so I just began to believe that you really didn't want me in the bed anyway,
Okay.
because that was a way to not be intimate. And so I I moved into the guest bedroom. I mean, and heck, I go to bed with the birds. So I would go to bed early. He goes to bed late, which I think was intentional so that we wouldn't have to be in the bed at the same time. And it was just a lot of maneuvering that was unnecessary for someone that says
Okay.
they're in love with you. They love you. And what I want women to understand and know is that if someone loves you, they're going to show you on
Right.
a consistent
Right.
basis. They're going to show
Right.
up for you. They're not going to make you take your car to the car wash and wash their daughter's car in the yard.
Really.
These, like, okay, I'm your wife. You're not going to wash my car? Not, let alone, you're not going to wash my car first?
Right. But not at all.
Or there are just things when you get married to a man, what I thought I had, you think that the role of taking your car to get the oil change,
Right.
taking your car to
Those,
get
yeah,
tires,
typical things.
all the maintenance of your car will be taken care of by your husband.
Right.
I still had that responsibility. And I was like, Lord, what is this? I'm still providing for me. I'm still taking care of all of my needs. I didn't have
Right.
time to be a soft girl because I still had to be a alpha female because I'm
Right.
doing all.
Right.
I just lived
Right.
under your roof. And so it just became very frustrating because I'm like, I'm not getting sex. I'm not getting any money. I'm not getting any love and affection. What am I getting here? What am I winning here? Nothing. I'm not
Right.
getting anything. So to
What,
ask me
what
to leave was like,
mhm.
okay, deuces.
Did you feel relieved when he
Yes,
asked you to leave?
yes, yes.
Why didn't you leave on your own?
I was making way to leave,
Okay.
but I didn't tell him that. I wasn't shouting it through the rooftop. I had
Right. It
already
was just
a
something.
plan. Yeah, because you know when it's not going to work.
Right.
You didn't want to go to counseling. He didn't want to, talk about it. He didn't want anybody
Okay.
in our business. And so that leaves you in a very difficult place. So I just like, you know what? There has to be an exit plan. And so I started making an exit plan.
Okay.
But before I could get to my exit plan, he had already asked me to leave. And I was like,
Like,
oh,
what was that conversation like?
when he asked me to leave,
Hmm.
I was sitting outside on the back porch. I love to sit outside in the backyard. He has a nice screened in patio. Loved it prior to us getting married. We would have date nights on the back porch, listen to
Oh, that's
music.
beautiful.
Um, the red birds would come and they would be in the backyard. And after the daughter moved in, the back porch became the cat's house, and so I couldn't go on the back porch anymore because the cat hair and all that would make me sick. So I had to sit on the
Okay.
under the carport part, and so I was sitting under the carport, listening to some music. We had just gotten out of school for the summer, had a glass of wine.
Okay.
I was chilling. Never would have thought we were getting ready to have this conversation. And so he comes home from work and he says, I said, hey, honey. He's like, hey. I said, how was your day? It was good, whatever. He said, you know what I want you to do? And he's standing up over me. And I was like, no, what? Thinking, okay, I'm getting ready to get a honey-do list because we out of school.
Right.
And he says, I want you to save your money and find you someplace to live. And I
Mm.
said, oh, okay. And Before I Let Go was playing on the radio. Maze and Frankie
Oh,
Beverly,
wow.
Let Go. Now I love
Yeah.
that song. I love that song. And so that's another part of the book.
Okay.
Um, I was like, okay. To my right on the fence, there was a red bird.
Was that your confirmation?
And I said, okay, this is it.
Okay.
I'm okay. And I will be okay. Wasn't prepared to move.
Right.
Had a plan to move. That's why I was creating a plan so I could save money to get out.
Right.
But he
Right.
kind of, all that kind
Push
of
you
jump
off.
started. He said that. And, I'm not going to live in a house for months with someone that doesn't want me there because it was
Right.
already tense. It was already a non peaceful environment, I felt.
Right.
Um,
Were there
I said
days where
that
you
before.
cried?
I cried.
Mm.
In the beginning, I cried a lot. Um, I tried to um, keep my mind on something else to keep from crying. I played praise and
Okay.
worship music a lot.
I
I kind
remember
of
them days.
went into a just a mode where I just wanted to listen to praise and worship because it gave me something else to think about.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And I was in that guest bedroom one day, and I just remember, like, you know what? This is not a Sean thing.
Right.
Now, Sean has some fault in this, but this is not a Sean thing because all you're asking for is accountability, respect, companionship, and affection. That's it. We wasn't talking about give me $1 million. I wasn't saying go buy me a Gucci, go buy me a Louis.
Right.
None of those
Right.
things.
Right.
Just the basic fundamentals of a relationship is all I was asking for that I did not receive.
One thing that you talked about earlier, you were saying that when people gave you a compliment,
Hmm.
he would overshadow the
Hmm.
compliments.
Always. We were in this store over the summer, one summer, and I saw one of my parents that I had taught her son previous years ago. So the baby was 4
Okay.
when I taught the child, and he was now 20. So you know the years that's
Oh,
been in between that.
wow.
And
You
so
look
we,
good, Mama, because you look 20.
thank you, thank you.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
no, I'm not 20, but okay. We,
Well, you know,
he and I
black
were,
don't crack.
hey, and when you do good by people, he takes care of us.
Yes,
We
yes,
just,
yes.
he and I were laughing and talking, and she came up to me and she said, "Are you Miss Scott?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "Oh my God, do you remember me?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, I do." She said, "I didn't look at you because your hair is different. You had long hair. It was
And I love your
relaxing."
hair too. So
Thank you. He did
you're
not.
welcome.
He did not like my hair.
What's
That was
wrong with it?
another.
It's
That was another
beautiful.
contention.
Okay.
He didn't like it. Um, and so she was like, I heard your voice, and I said, "That's her." And I was like,
Okay. Okay.
okay. She's like, "You look so good. You look so good. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. You hadn't aged at all." And I said, "Yeah, girl, 50, 55 or whatever." And
Hmm.
he was like, "She's still old."
Not
And she's like,
honoring
"But
you and
she's still
celebrating
beautiful."
you too.
He's like, "Yeah, but don't tell her that. It'll go to her head. Don't tell her that."
Oh,
And I said,
wow.
"No, I won't." I said, "Why you do that? Don't do that." And there were lots of occasions where that would happen in public
Okay.
with other people. And he thought it was cute. even in family gatherings. I was like, I can't be the brunt of your jokes. Sorry.
Right, right,
Don't do
right.
that to me. And I had expressed that prior to us reconnecting this time. Like, those are things I don't like. Don't do that.
Right,
And you
right.
still chose to do that. It's just your family. Why are you being so sensitive?
What
So
did your family have to say? Go ahead.
there was no respect for me in a lot of ways.
Did your family like them? Or did they see red flags? Did they?
Saw red flags. They did. When he went to my dad and asked my dad, could he marry me? My dad told him, you know, my daughter's been through a lot. And all I ask is that you don't add to it.
Okay.
No, I got her. I got her. I got her. She's good with me. We gonna roll
Mm-hmm.
this thing out, you know. And so when I told my dad that I left, or he asked me to leave, that didn't go well because he wanted to like roll up over to his house, you know. Like, we had a conversation about this, and you done the same exact thing I asked you not to do. Like, what is
Right,
the problem? You know, what's the problem? And I was like, you know what, Dad, it's not worth it. Leave it alone. I'm good. I'm okay. And
right.
so there are some things that my dad said he had noticed the inconsistencies with some things that he had told my dad that he didn't follow through on. Um, when the men would be at the house in the backyard with my dad, the women would be in the house watching TV, laughing,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. He was always in the house with the women versus being outside with the men. And that was a problem for my dad.
Like,
My
why
dad
are you around all the women?
My dad wasn't asking him to drink alcohol or anything. He would ask him, do you want a shot or whatever occasionally, but he knew he wasn't, so he stopped
Right.
asking. But you still can come conversate with us. But he never wanted to. He never wanted to go shoot pool. My dad has a pool room in the house. He never wanted to shoot pool. And so it's kind of like, why are you trying to present himself as perfect? I know he's not. I said, Daddy, I
Okay.
don't know. But that, again, is the facade that is being portrayed at church, at the grocery store, with the neighbors. Everybody thinks you're perfect, and you're not. And it's okay that you're not. Nobody is. And so
Right.
it was just a lot of fakeness. And I think at the end of the night, I honestly believe that at the end of each day, when I would come home and I am just a genuine soul, hey, how you doing? How was your day? You know, still kind.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that that irritated the demons that was
I
inside.
was getting ready to ask you, do you think that your spirit irritated his spirit?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, that tends
Because
to happen.
he told me, you can't hear from God like that. God don't talk to me like that. Ain't no way God telling you all this stuff about.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, doesn't it come back to be true?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
To the tune of one Saturday night, I was getting ready for bed, and um, the Holy Spirit said, call your son and tell them to be careful with the grandson on the bed because they had just moved their bedroom into the sunroom. It was just cement floor. They had a carpet down, but it wasn't padded. And so I told him, I said, honey, I said, the Holy Spirit told me I need to call them and tell them about watching the babies
Mm-hmm.
because he might fall and hurt himself. You always talk about what the Holy Spirit said. Sean, leave them kids alone. Okay. I didn't call. The next morning, that Sunday morning, about 9:03, I'm getting up, getting ready for church, and my daughter-in-law calls me, and she's screaming and hollering on the phone. And she said, we're at the hospital. We're at the hospital. He fell out the bed and broke his leg.
Oh, you should have listened. Did you feel bad?
I lost it. Emotionally, I lost it. I was shaking. I was crying ugly tears, just a mess. And I said, I should have listened to you. I should have listened to
Mm-hmm.
you. And he's like, well, Sean, that's not your fault. And I was like, yeah. I was like, never mind, never mind. So I got my keys and I was going to drive myself to the hospital. But because he wants to show up as my knight in shining armor, he had to take me.
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I, I got to take you. No, I don't want you to go. You're the reason why this is happening. Like, if you, there are lots of times where I would say, the Lord said I need to do X, Y, and Z, and you would talk me out of what I heard.
So
And I'm
my
saying,
my question would be though, why
why
would
would I
you?
listen?
Yes.
Because his voice was louder,
Okay.
and he would be so convincing with Sean. Are you really sure? It's like you make me doubt what I
It
know I
made you
heard.
second guess yourself.
And so I didn't. There were 3 times that I didn't, including that time with the baby. And after that, after the baby, I was like, you know what? You can say whatever you want to say to me. You can call me crazy, whatever,
I
hypocrite,
was.
all the things. I am
Mm-hmm.
going to follow what I am hearing because what I am hearing is the absolute truth. The mailbox, my grandson, and you and your daughter. Absolute truth.
Do you think that was a way of making you think you were crazy or hearing things too?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the Holy Spirit, I had a dream. I'm a dreamer. And
Me
so one night,
too.
the Holy Spirit came to me in a dream and he showed me and him. And he says, you're not crazy. Everything that you're seeing, you're actually seeing. And everything that you are hearing from him, you are hearing. Don't be confused. He's just trying to distract you so that you don't call out his stuff. You're in the
Gotcha.
right place. And so I told him, which the Lord came back and said,
Yeah, I'm like, why'd you telling?
stop sharing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had to learn, that you shouldn't have secrets, right? But there are some things that you just can't share.
Right,
And
right.
unfortunately, I believe that we were on the same wavelength spiritually. So I didn't think, I thought this was you're my best friend. Like we done prayed together, we done cried snot and tears together. I can't share this with you. But the more I shared, the more jealous he became.
Okay.
And as a result of the jealousy, it turned into a dislike. And the dislike
Resentment.
turned into resentment. And resentment told you to tell me to leave. Yeah.
It was better as I'm looking at the world and
Hmm.
everything that's going on. It was better to tell you to leave than hurt you.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. I
I
agree.
just look at how things are unfolding with a lot of domestic violence and things, and not saying that it's right, but I rather him have asked you to leave than it grows into something that couldn't be stopped.
I agree. And as God would do it, I was watching a teaching the weekend after he asked. So he told me to leave. I think that was a Monday. Yeah, it was May 26th. That Sunday, the following week, I was listening to a teaching, and the bishop said, daughter, be glad he had the boldness to ask you to leave because
That's God right there.
everybody can't do that. Now, had you continued to not listen, you would have been hurt further than what you are right now. And I was like, wow,
You got
okay.
your answer.
And that gave me another whole set of peace. That was just like, okay, God, you got me. You got
Yeah,
me. And so I just walked in assurance after that because I have to trust him to know that he's going to take
right.
care. And he has absolutely taken care of me. I moved into my apartment,
Yes,
fulfill his part of the obligation, commitment, but God made a way anyway. And it didn't stop anything.
yes.
And I moved in with a bedroom set. But today I have a fully furnished apartment like I've been here about 5 years and it's just been eight
I
months.
love that. And I was going to
Yeah.
ask you, like, how has God been providing for you mentally, physically? Like, are you sleeping through the night now? Like, how's your life?
My life is wonderful. I sleep through the night. In fact, I've always slept through the night.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
I'm sorry. You were getting sick. Have you been getting sick?
no, I have been well.
Okay.
Like, and I tell everybody, all of my friends who know me and know I used to be sick a lot, oh, Miss
Yes.
Scott, you know, time off of work, you good? I am wonderful. I'm
Nice.
wonderful, which is a confirmation to the spiritual things I was fighting versus it
Yes.
wasn't just a physical, it was spiritual warfare that I was fighting, but I was unaware, so I was fighting it with the wrong tools.
Right. It
And
was a
so when
spiritual
I
battle.
really understood it was spiritual, I had to get more tools in my arsenal so that I could fight it with the right repellent. And then
Okay,
I was
okay.
able to like walk in my healing and just the assurance of knowing all is well. I won't be moved no matter what happens, who comes, who goes. I am
Yes,
good. We are staying with the Lord because He is Jehovah Jireh. He is my provider.
yes.
He is so good.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Madam Butterfly, when I get paid, my paycheck
Flat,
is
flat.
gone. It's
Okay.
gone. And I'm like, Lord, how? What we gonna do with this? Right? I have a girlfriend. I don't miss a beat. If she going out to eat, come on, sunshine, let's go. Sunshine,
Oh,
she'll text me, sunshine, come on, we going so and so this weekend. Let's ride. When I tell you life is full with
yes,
little dollars in the wallet, but it matters not because he
yes,
is making a way. He is providing the entertainment, the
yes.
food, the clothes. When I tell you he provided like new wardrobe, a lady gave me a bunch of clothes, still had the price tags.
I love it. I love
Purse,
God.
I wanted a purse. I wanted this Coach bag.
Okay.
And I had asked for this Coach bag when I was married from my husband. And he said,
Hmm.
okay. He bought me the opposite of what I asked for, right?
Okay.
But in his bag of clothes, there was this purse, this Coach bag that I wanted.
Don't God be doing that? I love it.
I
Because
shall not.
you know what's interesting? Sunshine. I'm gonna that's your name now. So Sunshine, right? A lot of women are afraid to leave.
They are.
And I was saying that God provided so much for me when I left. I didn't miss a beat, and I'm loving it for you too.
Life has gotten better since I left. I mean,
Yes,
if there is a need by the end of the day, the end of the week, the need is met.
yes,
And that
yes,
is
yes.
only because of God.
I love
Nobody
it.
but Him. And my girlfriend, she's butterfly too.
Yes.
Um, we've been friends over 26 years. Our sons grew up together.
Okay.
And God has shown me through her, you can start out with lack, but when He does what He does, He
Yes.
will give you overflow and abundance, right?
Yes.
And so
Yes.
now she's walking in her abundance.
For
And so she's
blessing
like,
you.
yeah. And so, Sunshine, if I got, you got.
I love it.
If you got a need, I got a need. We gonna feel it.
Nice.
And that's just not her. That's like all the people that are in my life right now. God orchestrated this group of women. I call them the Giggles and Grace Sisters
I
because
love them.
we do giggles and we grace each other with love.
Oh,
Some of the good, the bad, ugly, hard conversations,
yes.
we giggle and grace it out. And so he gave me that name when I left my husband.
Okay, okay.
Those women were like my village. They were the ladies who came and pulled things out of their attics and said, "No, sis, we got you. We're not good till you good." I
Nice,
mean,
nice.
dropping stuff off at my door every day until my apartment was the way they thought it should be. Like, no, you want a husband?
Oh,
We don't live half raggedy. We do it.
I love that. When
So
go ahead, you keep going.
we don't talk about good girlfriends enough. We don't talk about sisterhoods where we're
Yes.
authentically ourselves. We are totally different. One's a super fashionista, one's a very modest, and then there's one that's borderline, and one is like y'all skinny, and I'm a fat one. We all good. So there's a combination of
I love
personalities,
that.
looks, but we respect each other.
Yes.
We have each other's back. Um, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock at night. You pray for me. I got some stuff going on. I don't need to know what it is.
Yes.
Just pray, and
Yes.
we stop and we pray. And I think I know those kinds of relationships, they've helped me to heal as
I
well
love
because
it.
I'm not alone. I wasn't alone. And I think that a lot of women think when you leave, you're going to be by yourself. And
Right.
another thing God told me is you can't be silent about what you've gone through because it's not
Yes.
embarrassing. It's
It's for a
not
purpose.
it's not for you to be ashamed of. It's
Yes.
not for you to think you did something wrong, even if you did. The purpose is for you to bring glory to me and how I bring you out.
Yes. Yes.
And it's the day-to-day walk, the day-to-day trust, the day-to-day, like, okay, God, what we doing today? Who
Yes.
we gonna talk to today? How my light is gonna
Yes.
shine today?
Yes.
And if we just continue to walk in the paths that He has for us, once we get aligned, everything comes together. And I'm witnessing that my creativity since I've been here, I
I
never would
love
have
it.
writing a digital devotional. I never would have
Girl.
thought about writing a book.
Yes.
I never would have thought about creating a coloring book for families. And I got some products, a doll baby and different pop sockets for my phone. Just the ideas are just flowing.
I
And
love it.
when we come into alignment with where we're supposed to be, doing what we're supposed to be doing, He will make all things work together for our
Yes.
good,
Yes. Yes.
despite what you've done to put yourself there.
Now, do you feel that your marriage, this marriage, was a part of your journey to get you where you needed to go? Not really spiritually, because it seems like you were already there, but where you needed to go financially, creatively, to share what you've been through, 101, the book. Like, do you feel like you had to go through that to get where you are?
I believe so
Mm-hmm.
because there's things that I've learned about me through this process.
Mm-hmm.
I've been
Mm-hmm.
married. This is
Like
my third
what?
marriage.
What did you learn?
I learned that I need to be soft.
Okay.
I learned that even though I can, maybe I shouldn't if I have a man. It's
Okay.
okay not to help to the extent of like, and it's never helped to show him up, but it's helped to
Right.
let him know we're on a team. I'm willing to
Right.
get down and dirty with you. You cutting the grass, you cut the hedges, I'll cut the grass. You
Right.
know,
Right.
you
Right.
wash the car, I'll vacuum it. That
Child, you don't do that stuff. You gotta let
I
them know they
know
need it.
now, right? Now I know that. I know that. But I just thought I was
You
being a
just sit
team helper.
there like you call them for everything.
Well, now I understand that now. Like, okay, honey, come kill the bug. No, I got it. I can kill the bug. But no, they need to know that you need them. Okay, I got it now. I got it now. So I'm learning, and I was helping my friend because she has a book, and she was at a book signing, and her partner was there helping her, and he had his hands full, right? And
Mhm.
so I said, "Well, Michelle, let's grab the other end of the wagon," and we lifted up. And he was like, "No, you're not." And the Holy Spirit said, right there, see, this is what I'm talking about. These are the times where you are
Right.
soft. This is how you become soft. So he's talking to me about the soft girl era. You want to live
Mhm.
it, you
Mhm.
have it inside of you. You just have to release it because
Mhm. Mhm.
you've never had to release it before.
So I have a friend who, like you, her tone was very aggressive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one day I just asked her, I said, why are you so aggressive? But then on the other side, I said, girl, just tone it down some and you want to be softer in your tone, and that's going to attract a certain type of man. Girl,
Mm.
why she got 7 carats?
Yeah, but when you're soft, you gotta be whiny like, and that's something I got to work on. I'm like, oh
Here, let's
honey,
practice it. Yeah, yeah, like that.
oh, honey, oh. See, that's fake to me, right?
Oh,
So
that's
yeah,
not. You just
yeah.
you learn when to use it and not. But that's not fake.
Well, I think, well, and this is another part. He always told me he loved my voice.
Okay.
Like your voice is so light and so airy,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So I wasn't always aggressive because
Okay.
if that was the case, I wouldn't have been with him because he does not do
Right.
confrontation.
Right.
But in that season, because of the lack of respect,
Mhm.
tone changed.
Okay. So come on, let's practice real quick.
Okay.
So I'm a man right now. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, dear, how was your day?
Hey, sweetie, all was well. How
Yeah,
was yours?
like that. Like that.
You do it,
Yeah.
but it has to be the right one.
It does. It does.
It has to be the
The right one's energy will bring your energy down naturally, where you just
right one to feel safe.
automatically. Mm-hmm.
So I think too that when you're not safe or you don't feel safe in a relationship, in a marriage, you're always on guard.
I
And
agree.
there were times when I didn't know if the lights were going to be on.
Okay.
There were times when I was in the shower and the lights were cut off because of non-payment. And
Okay.
so always thinking, thank you, Holy Spirit. I had a dream and oh my gosh. In this dream, I saw a tree and I would always tell him, I just feel so heavy. I feel so heavy. And so in the dream, the Holy Spirit gave me a vision and he showed me a tree. And on this tree, it was many branches, right? And we were not side by side. So if you can imagine this, can you see this?
Mm-hmm. I can.
These are the branches, right? And this is me, and over here was
Okay.
him. And this is
Okay.
a space between us, right?
Okay.
So over here on all the branches, one represented my children, one represented my marriage, one represented
Okay.
my parents, one represented my job, one represented money, one represented my health, one represented his girls, one represented just worry, right? On his side, his was just two, his girls. The Holy Spirit said, you're heavy because you're carrying too much.
Okay.
You're unbalanced. And instead of you guys walking together back to back, shoulder to shoulder, he's over here and you're over here.
Okay.
I said, oh, Lord, that was powerful. So I shared that with him. And he said he understood.
Okay.
And he asked, okay, what do I do? How do I help you? It's not a help like to lift the limbs off the tree. It's a help to help
Right.
me carry the limbs.
Right. Carrot. Yeah.
So when you're dismissive towards me, when you cut me off when I'm talking and I'm trying to share my heart with you, you tell me, "Oh, you're too sensitive. You always got this to say." Those are more weights that are being added to my limbs because now I have to close up,
Right.
and closing up makes you harder. It makes you
It
tougher.
does. I've been there. I've been there
And
lots
so
of times.
that was a residual effect of the buildup of not being able to communicate to my husband how I was really feeling.
Right.
And when I showed him this illustration, because I had colored it and
Mm-hmm.
I need to find that so I can frame it. I had colored it and every person had a different color and his side had a color and the root of the trunk of the tree was a color. And he was like, wow, you are deep, Sean. I cannot top the relationship you have with God. I said, but I don't need you to
I
top it.
love
It's not
it.
a
Mm-hmm.
competition. It is
Right.
a equally yoked kind of thing. Iron sharpens iron. I'm good, you're good. We pour into each other. I'm not trying to be the know-it-all, but I do spend more time with him because I'm
Right.
intentional about that. 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm up studying, praying, reading. 6 o'clock, I'm on the prayer line for 20 years. He's like, who does that? That's crazy. I've never seen anybody do that. Why would you want
Right.
to do that? That's relationship.
Right. Right.
So I don't just drop relationships. I build on them. I make
Right.
them grow.
Right.
I
Right.
produce fruit from them. And so I think all of that was a part of our downfall because he didn't know how to handle it, to be honest.
Okay. Do you think he was jealous of your relationship with God? Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of men seem to be that or do that. I've noticed.
So the relationship with God, I walk every day. Like he says, I walk like a crazy person, but I walk every day, at least 2 or 3 miles a day. And
I love
so,
it.
any rain, snowing, I walk. And so he's like, well, I'm gonna start walking because you ain't gonna be walking around here looking like this, and I'm gonna start exercising. I said, okay, well, we're gonna walk together. We can walk together, right? We walked together probably 3 or 4 days, and that was it.
Mhm.
But then he started working out in the gym, supposedly. So he would get up and put on his little workout clothes, and I go walking, right? And like he's sweating by the time I get back. Come to find out, he been on the phone, on the computer, not working out at all. And I was like, well, how was the workout? Not knowing, I know you didn't work out, right?
How do you
And
know he didn't work out?
the daughter would tell me,
Oh,
yeah, I was in here talking to me the whole time, but you done sprayed water on your face, all the shenanigans like you worked out.
I was getting ready to ask you where the sweat come from.
Oh,
That really sounds like someone that has some mental instabilities. And I'm not trying to be funny or mean or cruel, but when you go to that limb to pretend, like
yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
how
So,
come you think? Go ahead.
so what do you do with all that?
I guess what you did.
And then there's that.
How did? Uh, okay, this is the question. Why do you think that his endeavors hasn't taken off?
And inconsistency. You
Okay.
don't honor your word. You don't follow through. You don't want help. You say you do, but you want certain kind of help. You
Okay.
you wouldn't take advice from me. Um, you
Because it's
just
a $1 billion idea.
it is an amazing idea, and it could have been gone off. Like I had put him in contact with somebody that was going to pay for him to get some things done from China, and he said no. He didn't follow back up, and I was like, why didn't you reach back out to him? I don't need his help, but you do. And so
Mm.
Sean, I don't need your help with this. I just need you to sit back and collect the check. Two brains are better than one. Please. And so I just became mute to the conversation about it because you didn't want my help. But I kept hearing these conversations, and it would
Mhm.
be the promising and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but nothing would ever manifest itself. And so I told him one time, I said, you really are sabotaging your own business
Mhm. Mhm.
because you're not willing to follow the advice that people are giving you. That's number one. Number two, when you are in a business, you have to work it night and day. There are no breaks. You got to be consistent. You can't be like, oh, I'll get to it in a minute. Oh, I'm going to go run do this. And then I come back and get. No. When somebody's requesting something of you, you stop what you're doing and you do it because this is your
Right.
job since you don't have a job.
Right.
Well, that wasn't how it was. So you have to be teachable.
Yes, all of us.
Not teachable, you miss out on a lot.
Right.
And
Right.
I believe he was this close. And then the lack of follow through. shut it all down.
Wow.
And it's unfortunate, but I do believe God does not bless mess.
Okay.
And if you're not where you're supposed to be with Him, nothing that you put your hands to is going to work. Whether it's $1 billion idea or a $5 idea, it won't work.
Right.
And I just believe that you are not doing all of the work. You're not been honest with yourself about
Okay.
you. And so you have to be honest with yourself about you with God before God can be honest with you about how He's going to move you. And
Right.
so when you live this facade life, you might be fooling the people, but you can't fool God. And I
Okay.
think it came to a place where, no, I got to sit you down so you understand I am not the author of confusion. You need to get in line and get some things right.
Okay.
And I told him before I left, I said, or when he asked me to move, I said, you think God's pleased with this?
Until you do right by me. The color purple.
I said, do you think God is okay with this? He is not pleased with you.
Right.
And because he's not pleased with you about this decision you are making, did you talk to him about it at all? Because you can move in error based on your pride, your ego,
Right.
whatever, and you be out of alignment with him. So did you get this right with God? Because you said God told you to go ahead and marry me.
Right.
So one person is a liar and we know God is not.
Right.
And I said I should not have married you. I should not. And I told him that because I should not have married him. I should not have.
Because of the red flags that you saw,
Because
that you
of the red
ignored.
flags, yes, and the feeling in my stomach and just
Always go with your gut.
the rush of it all. The rush of it all.
So why was it the rush? I mean,
I
well,
don't
we
know.
rushed. We rushed. He had a reason to rush, but what was the rush all of a sudden?
I don't know what happened all of a sudden. I don't know. I honestly don't know why he had a rush all of a sudden. Because there was conversations about us getting married, and I promise you, I had totally dismissed it. I wasn't okay with just living together. So I did tell him, hey, I'm not doing this with you for years. And so if we don't get married, I am going to move out.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get married. Okay, fine. But I didn't think it was gonna be then. So I kind of like said, you know what? I'm not marrying him. We're not gonna get married. I'm not doing this because I don't want this life. I don't want boring.
Okay.
I'm not old. I'm not lame. I'm not like this monotonous. Come home every day, watch the same TV show, do the same things. 8 o'clock you go to bed. No, I didn't want that life. That was boring. No
Okay.
spontaneity. No get up and go. No.
But I thought y'all was doing that. Y'all were driving to
Before we
Greenville.
got married. Before we got married.
Oh, okay.
Before we got married, we did all the things. The things. Every weekend, it seems like we were going somewhere like money was
Yeah, that's what I thought.
going. Maybe he was stashing it and he wanted me to take care of stuff. I don't know. But when I say things came to a screeching halt, it was a screeching halt. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, Lord, I didn't sign up for this.
Okay.
This is not what I thought this was going to be. Then we
Right.
had another conversation, he and I. Sean, can we please just have a ride, a nice drive, and not talk about your feelings?
Mm. That's mean.
You don't get to keep telling me about how you feel. I said, well, at least I'm telling you, you're not saying anything to me. You're being dismissive. So I'm assuming how you feel. And what I'm assuming does not feel good. So I
Right.
need you to talk to me. I'm not having this conversation with you. And then you shut me out. And then there's another week or so, no communication. I said, why every time you get upset, we got to stop talking? What is that about? Like, why
Mhm.
can't we have emotional, intelligent conversation and address the elephants in the room without attitude, without defensiveness, without divisiveness, without you getting upset? I said, why can't we do
Right.
that?
That's soft right there.
I tried to be soft.
That was soft.
I tried.
You did great.
I tried. I tried. I mean, I think I was um
Okay.
soft with him in the beginning, but when
Okay.
things started turning, they
Sure,
turned.
you making me dizzy. With that
Oh,
phone moving.
oh, the
Sound like
battery
I'm
is
on
about
a
to die.
roller coaster.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry.
like I'm on a roller coaster ride. So if you could tell women out there anything about a relationship or marriage or being married to a preacher, what would you tell them?
I would tell them, love yourself first. Well, of course, love God first. Love yourself. Don't lose yourself in a relationship to your husband because of his status or who
Right.
he is as a minister. Because it's easy to slip away into losing your own identity when
Yes.
you become married to a pastor, a preacher. And the walk can be lonely because they don't want you to share anything with anybody. So you have to have your own set of friends. You have to have your own
Right.
hobbies that you like so you can entertain yourself when they are off doing their own thing or feeling whatever they're feeling.
Right.
Um, just to stay rooted and grounded in your truth.
What about
Don't
going with your gut?
absolutely don't dismiss the subtle small things that you see. Don't think you're being crazy, too sensitive, irrational. Don't think that you are being too much because most times you're right on target.
I
Most
love
times you're right
that.
on target.
Where can people buy your book?
Well, it is not out yet, but it'll be out soon. Hopefully, the 1st of May. It'll be
Your
on Amazon.
devotional.
Oh,
Your devotional. Mhm.
my devotional is on Gumroads.
Okay.
You familiar
Well,
with Gumroads?
yeah, I bought your book.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
So you gotta make sure we have the link so I could put
I'll
it
send you the
with
link.
this.
Yes,
Okay. Thank you.
it's on Gumroads. And the devotional actually helped me heal a lot too because of the
I love that.
prayers that I would write to God and just pouring out my soul to him about the things that I had endured. And I don't want to be angry. I didn't want to be
Right.
bitter. I didn't want to even speak ill of my husband because
Right.
ultimately he was my friend.
Are you bitter? Are you angry? Have you guys communicated? Are you going to get divorced? What if he wanted to reconcile?
No, we're definitely going to get divorced,
Okay.
um, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not angry with him. I actually feel sorry for him in a way
Okay.
because I'm a once in a lifetime kind of woman.
Okay.
You don't get to encounter this spirit more than one time.
Gotcha.
And I believe that that's why he wanted a second time
Okay.
because he knows that I'm a genuine soul.
Right. Right.
Those persons, when you embody this, it's hard to come by. It's not something that you just run into on the street every day. You don't.
Right.
There are lots of men out there that are wanting, you know, women who are trustworthy, who are loyal, who are committed, who are
Yes.
dedicated, who are like, oh, that's my ride or die.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they come with games and a lot of shenanigans, and that's not my story. I'm not about that life because
Right.
what I do know is that just like the heart bleeds, the heart also feels pain.
Yes.
And I'm not here to create pain for anyone, and I don't want it created upon me either. So I would just say continue to know your truth. It doesn't matter who comes, who goes, stand on your truth, whatever that might be. And everybody won't like them, and that's okay too.
And that's truth. And how can people get in contact with you?
You can reach out to me via email, sunshinespeaks101 at gmail.com. I am on Instagram, sunshine50 at IG. And I am also on Facebook, Sunshine Speaks. Um, I forget my TikTok handle.
Send me all the links so I can make sure that
Okay.
they're in the podcast. That way we make sure people can reach you and follow you and all that kind of good stuff. But I want to say thank you for sharing your story. I
Thank you.
think that your story will impact other women. I'm sorry that this whole Zoom thing, so you're my tester. Make sure I get it right. And you're a strong woman. I love it. I love it.
Oh,
I'm glad to have met you through our mutual, and I see great things. And you might want to consider speaking.
that's on the list.
Yeah.
That's on the list. My passion is women. It's always been women,
Okay.
and it's always been helping them to identify their truth, helping them
Okay.
understand. You don't have to settle because you have some boundaries.
Right. Right.
It's okay to have
Absolutely.
boundaries. And just being your authentic self. It's okay. Everybody's not gonna be prim and proper. We gonna have, different personality styles, and that's fine.
Yes.
But we do have to be kind. We do have to walk in love, and we do have to be genuine and authentic.
And that is true. Will you date in the near future?
Honey, I am looking forward to dating. Yes, because I still believe in love. I do. And I want to get married again because I believe that
Yes.
I was created to be a wife.
I love that. I love that.
And
Well,
just because yeah, oh,
fifth
well,
time was
see,
a charm for me. So,
okay.
so I believe in love too.
I want to cater to my man. I want him to cater to
Yes.
me, and
Yes.
I want us to travel and just enjoy each other. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I believe
Okay.
that's my next level
I'm
of
ex-
love.
I'm excited. I'm
I'm excited
excited.
too. I am, and I like for men to smell good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And look
Yeah.
up at you like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yes, yes, yeah. I like all the things, yes. But it has to be the
Okay.
right one to bring all of that out of me because it's in there. It's
Yeah.
just been laying dormant.
The right person has to bring it out. Well, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
This has been amazing, and I'll let you know when it's out, when it's edited, all that kind of good stuff. So don't hang up. I'm gonna stop the recording.
Okay.
All right, and thank you everyone for joining the podcast. I hope that you have learned something, healed, and something that you can carry for a lifetime, not just now.